button. That would help, right?
Mm-hmm.
Chat. All right, here we go. Hey, welcome to the Blackout Tips podcast. I'm your host, Rod, joined as always by my co-host,
Karen.
And we are live on a Sunday morning, ready to do some podcasting.
Mm-hmm.
Find us everywhere you get podcasts. Just search The Black Guy Who Tips, wherever it comes up. Leave us 5-star reviews there. Leave comments there. Look in the show notes. That's how you leave your feedback. We do a feedback show pretty much every Saturday. We didn't do one yesterday because we took the week off. So we'll be doing y'all's feedback from last week and this week together. But we're not alone. We have guests. Today's guests are stand-up comedians, actors, and hosts of the War Report podcast. Shalewa Sharp and Gastor Almonte. And, you know, and I would consider them friends. What's going on, y'all?
Appreciate y'all,
Hello.
man. By the way,
It
was a stretch, my G. I have said a combined like 8 words on screen in film. So yeah, I'm quite a ways away from testing.
It count.
It count.
Yeah.
If they put your name in the rolling credits, I don't care if it's 3 seconds, it counts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll take
Did
it.
you have to get a SAG card?
Yeah, I do. It's
All right,
showing
then
up.
it counts.
Yeah.
If you gotta pay Screen Actors Guild fees,
fees,
then you're an actor.
I'm
Yes,
in
you
the
will.
payment plan as we speak.
The fact that they even gave you lines. That's a big deal.
Yeah, because most people don't get lines.
Yeah.
Because they like, you speak, we got to pay you.
Yeah, I was just telling Shalewa, I'm doing a scene with what's his name, Penn Badgley. I think that's how you say his last name.
Penn Badgley, yeah.
Yeah, real talk.
That's dope. Nah,
Let's go.
Honestly, man, I'd be so excited when I see my friends get a line in a movie or something. Like I was like my man Chris Lambert, he was in Jessica Jones and he got slammed up against the wall by like Jessica Jones' mama, and he got to say something. And I was like I was fist pumping. Like I was Like I'm sure other people would have been like, "Wow, man, that's all." I'm like, "Man, that's money."
Okay, me and you on the same page because we like through the podcast and just through Roger, we know like so many people. So when I see like comedians and like people we know names and credits, or if I see them on TV, I get like really, really excited.
I remember seeing Janelle James on an episode of Corporate, and she was just playing like a superhero in a costume. It's a comedy. So this is way before Abbott Elementary. But I was like, yes, let's fucking go.
Let's go. I be cheering for people. Like I am a type, so
I'm looking forward to seeing a commercial where Gastor is like, you know, the background member of somebody that just got like Rexy or
come on,
you know, whatever they selling, whatever flip boost mobile phone. Like I don't give a fuck, bro. I'm gonna be rooting for your ass.
Whatever law firm, I don't care. I'm still cheering.
I am in 20 frames of a 30-second commercial for Wells Fargo right now. Steve Martin Short, they're in it. I'm in the bottom left corner. That's me right there, not being very clear.
I be seeing that one. That you in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's me. We shot it at Barclays Center. That's me right there.
Okay, I got to go back and rewind that shit. I'm gonna watch that shit like it's a Zapruder film.
Yes.
I had to go back and rewind it too to see myself because I couldn't find it the first 3 times I saw it.
Yeah,
like, yeah, you there?
When I was at Game Theory, they had a sketch. I forget what it was called. It's like the Street Masters or whatever. They were gonna do the Masters, but it was with this dude that plays golf in the streets for real. And and so we were gonna, we wrote the commentary, he's teeing up at the fire hydrant. This is a very difficult shot, that to shit. And for one thing, they wanted to have us in the background, like the writers. We weren't going to be SAG. It was just going to be like extras or whatever. But the only reason I wasn't in it is because they wanted me to eat a lobster on screen, like just straight up, like grab. I was like, listen, man, fat people can't be eating food in the background just because it'll last with us longer than you think. Like if like somebody will be using that pic to slander me at some point for some opinion that I haven't even had yet.
When we blow up, they be like, Rod, the lobster killer, vote against Prop 9.
I still remember Jason Whitlock eating them ribs on TV, and I see that picture every once in a while whenever he do some shit that people don't like. So let's not give anyone any ammunition, but I would have done it if not for that.
Yeah, real talk. Like it sticks with you. Even like if you remotely chubby, like When I think of Jameis Winston, all I think of is crab legs.
Yeah, you don't gotta be fat. It's Hollywood. Yeah. So like I'm fat and I'm fat. So like it would have definitely been a problem for me to be like, hey guys, I actually think that maybe the Democrats didn't do a bad job. Oh really, nigga? You was eating lobster on goddamn TV like a fucking troll. Like, nah, I'm good.
Somebody free the lobsters and shit like that, and then you become a part of the problem.
I respect that you had the vision, bro.
Yeah, you gotta see 5 steps ahead. They it's not their fault. They was like unbiased people that love me that didn't see, you know how it is. They couldn't see what was wrong. They was like, no, what? It's just eating lobster. It's fun. I'm like, yeah, I see what y'all trying to do.
You don't have to live with the long lasting memory.
Yeah, it can't be me. So much stuff has been happening in life and whatnot, and I do want to get y'all's opinions on it. But you know, it's I don't even know where to start because it's so much shit. I think I'll go with Diddy. So he
jumping up the ropes. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, because we took a week off and just shit kept happening. So
that's true.
We didn't have a time to really chime in on it. I will play the Diddy music real quick.
P. Diddy be wanting the body, and you gotta tell him no.
It's like music.
All right, so Diddy got off on 3 of the 5 charges. The 2 that he was convicted of were like prostitution stuff, meaning like you hired prostitutes, you left one state to go to another state to have sex with prostitutes, and that was it. That was the 2 he was convicted of. I think the maximum sentences for those are still like far below what people were expecting if he would have got hit with that RICO.
Right.
So like he's, you know, and he's been in jail since November. So there's like a potential that time will count as time served. And then so let's say they give him a year, they give him 4 years, whatever. Like he's already got 7-8 months in the bank. So we may be seeing him a lot sooner than people think. You know, I think the estimates I saw were like between 2 to 4 years that he would get. So I mean, when I don't mean, obviously I've never been to prison, so I'm sure it doesn't feel like right back on the street for him, but it feels like right back on the street for all of us that was like, he's going away for a while. So that's what the verdict was. And it started out as like one person seemed to be like a really big holdout on the RICO thing. They were like, we have verdicts on like 4 of the charges, but like this one person will not fucking back down off of this, and the judge like, go back till y'all got one, and they came back with this, which makes you wonder if maybe it's some sort of compromise. Like,
right,
they're like, look, this one motherfucker is never gonna convict. He really like,
right,
he loved more money, more problems. It's like we just have to fucking move on from him,
right? And
we'll just reach a compromise where we're saying he'll get a couple years in jail, but we're not gonna give him any of the major crimes that are like 10 to 20 years in jail.
I can see that.
And then the last thing I'll say too is like it, and I'll pass it to everybody else, but it does feel like a loss for victims, right? Because the 3 charges that he gets acquitted of are essentially the "do you believe these women" charges.
Yep.
Do you believe that because the women are on the stand telling you like, yeah, he coerced us, he threatened us, he harassed us, he threatened our mamas and all this type of shit.
All them details that came out,
right? Which is where you end up with stuff like intimidation, prostitution through coercion, you know, stuff like that. So if you don't believe them, you're like, all he did was hire some prostitutes, and that's illegal, but it's not go to jail forever illegal. If you do believe those women, it's everything people say is true. It's a RICO case because he had people intimidate them. He didn't do it directly. Right. This happened over state lines. You know, that if you believe these people, and it sounds like to me it's a loss because people did not believe Cassie and all that stuff. I understand the court case was difficult, meaning like Cassie was pregnant and about to deliver, so they had to make her go first instead of last, which is probably how you would want to have it. Like there's a bunch of little stuff, but I ain't no lawyer. I see the video of this nigga kicking Cassie and was like, whatever they say he did, and I've been good ever since. Like
Yes, sir.
I haven't needed like a lot of explanation. Like a person that can do that, you can pretty much convince me they can do anything. So yeah, that's where it stands. And now I'll pass it to you, Karen, and then we'll go to Shalewa and Gastor.
And I guess from my perspective, it's really just really fucked up because it's like so much information came out, and like not Twitter and internet, like real court records. Like people are like, somebody did the research, somebody really smart did the research and put the shit together and presented a case. And it's one of those things to where you're going to have which happens anyway, but you're going to have a lot less people come forward on anything now. Because people go, well, they be like, why these bitches sue? Because that's the only justice you're going to get is your goddamn money. Because I'm not going to get justice with you going to motherfucking jail. That's what this showed me. I'm not going to get justice with you going to jail. So I might as well get what I can get, which is money, which ain't really going to fill the void, because I'd rather this incident not happen to me at all. And also, I have a fear for a lot of the people that went to court, stood out, went against him, because now it's this thing where he has all this influence and he has all this power. Now these people, I feel like their lives are going to be in danger. They're going to get threatened again. A lot of them are going to silence. Wouldn't be surprising if so many people may end up missing and or dead. I'm just keeping it real, and everybody will just brush that shit up beneath the rug because they're not going to think twice about the connections to it. Because I'm like you, Roger, if you can do that, you can do anything. And it shows how stupid our society is. And it shows our love for celebrities. Because after the case, people was like having a baby oil and shit. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? What is wrong with you?
Yeah, there's a YouTuber who he's responded to criticism over a viral baby oil moment outside the Diddy trial. Essentially, after the verdict was announced, Armand Wiggins was outside pouring baby oil on this woman who was dancing and took off her wig. It was a really odd display. I can show it to you guys. But like, you ever see a video and immediately be like, I don't know, it seems like this person may have issues or something.
Yeah, like something's wrong.
Yeah. This is the video. I'll turn the sound down, but this is the woman with this blue wig who's jumping around, dancing. She takes her wig off. Like I don't know. Like I'm like, does she need help?
For attention.
Like what are you doing? But I guess he must be the person that's the YouTube personality who's covering it, and I guess this kind of got him in hot water because people are like, oh damn, my screen just froze. Hold on. It doesn't want to make my thing look smaller. Am I still on camera? Is it working?
I see me and you. I don't see them moving.
Okay,
you see us.
Oh
yeah, I see y'all.
Oh, there it is. It came back. That was weird as fuck.
For emphasis, bro.
This is really important, and I need people to know dramatically how I feel about this shit. But yeah, it was just like he made a statement, being like, "Listen, I've covered this. I'm learning. I'm listening. I'm moving forward." For the record, when I'm on this screen, I can read these comments, but I can't see y'all's faces. But I already know Shalewa's face from just not even looking. I can feel it. I'm learning. I'm listening. I'm moving forward with even more care and clarity. What started as a lighthearted moment, part of a long-running joke with my audience, was misinterpreted as support for Sean Diddy Combs. That was never my intention.
Misinterpreted? That's what it meant. The fuck we talking about?
For the past 60 days, I've worked hard to cover this case with honesty and objectivity. I fully understand how the timing and optics may have felt hurtful, especially to survivors of abuse. I sincerely apologize to anyone who was impacted or disappointed. This has been a reminder to move with greater care, and I remain committed to doing this work with integrity and heart. Signed, ChatGPT.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Like, why do people act like anybody with any ounce of intelligence is going to believe these lies? Nigga, you lied. Because my thing is this. You're not a journalist. I'm not trying. I mean, I hate to call people out. Most of the information that was coming out was not journalists. Y'all people were not who, what, when, where, why. You ain't give a fuck about no sources. You didn't care about really what was going on. Everything was salacious. Everything was about what happened sexually. Everything was about the most stupidest shit ever. Everything was about how good and great and wonderful Diddy was. Y'all did a fucking terrible job putting shit on TikTok, and that's where most people get their news, which is sad. TikTok, YouTube, and all these places, and you can't vet the shit. Get the whole fuck out my face. I think I'm very upset and very hurt and very disappointed in our country because of this. And my thing, and also I hate to be on a tangent on this, but I'm gonna get real. Also, you niggas that support niggas because they niggas, y'all get on my goddamn nerves. Just because it's a nigga don't mean we got to support what the fuck they do. Niggas fuck up and they need to be accountable, and them niggas need to go to motherfucking jail.
I agree.
Yeah.
Shalewa, I believe it was your turn.
Well, I have wanted Sean Diddy Combs under the jail for nigh on 25 years. Never liked the dude. Bad vibes all around. And you can, I mean, yeah, people you can call. You go, oh yeah, no, she never liked that dude. She never liked him.
We can call it witnesses.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. I am sad that I thought for a second maybe this would, when he's just, it depended on, I think what bothers me right now is, yes, the jury was 8 men, 4 women. So that's not
right.
Not a good look for believing women, unfortunately. Especially I mean, Gastor will definitely speak to being on a jury because we discussed that at length. He's been on a jury recently, so I'll let him talk about that. But there is something about mob mentality, and I think that may play something of a role in making some decisions. But also in the court of general, Jen Pop probably figured, I mean, Cassie got her money, so why are we going through with the rest of this? So I'm sure that is coloring a lot of stuff. But I think the thing that bothers me the most right now is we're going to have to sit through his victory lap.
Yes.
And that's going to be very painful because I think the only thing worse than someone who is a terrible person is someone who was almost busted for being a terrible person, but managed to slide right on through. So now he's Teflon. And he's not quite Teflon yet. What will happen, I think, is that the actual Teflon Don, our president, will pardon him. And literally, what do we do then? You know what I mean? Like, that's just who's doing stuff and running things. So and then all the people underneath who are like, yeah, see my boy, I knew my boy. He don't know you. Shut up. Right. I don't know you idiot.
And I've seen people say
you just paid the right amount.
I've seen people say stuff like, well, Diddy's talked bad about Trump in the past, so like Trump probably wouldn't pardon him. I'm like, no. Those are the people he likes to rival the most. Like if you shit on him before, like his vice president is the best example of like, this dude shat on me hard as fuck, but look at him, y'all. This my bitch now. Like he's my bitch. Tell everybody you my bitch, and JD Van's like, I'm his bitch. Okay, get the fuck out of here. Like he wants that.
Also, they understand each other. I think they're cut from the same kind of New York dude cloth. The particular New York dude cloth. And Diddy, I think, is cut from it. Trump's cut from it. Andrew Cuomo's cut from it. Eric Adams is cut from it.
Yep.
Dude. And that's what we're dealing with. And so I'm not looking forward to hearing, he's not out yet. They didn't release him on bond before the sentencing. So he's still got a little more time left. But he's probably walking around like cock of the walk, more so than usual, and really like talking shit to that Sam Bankman crypto dude who's probably still, I mean, they were roommates or some shit. Who knows? But like, it's just yuck, insufferable, and I'm not in the mood for it. I think this is just, we're all getting so much harder.
Yes.
As we see just a glimmer of hope of after years and years of being quiet. And I don't even know how quiet we were. I mean, it was one of the most open secrets about how terrible Diddy was to people who worked for him.
Yes.
Like, we discussed it, we made jokes, it was understood. We punctuated sentences with like, I mean, not like Diddy would, you know what I mean? Like, it was an understood thing. So I don't know. I just think when we see a glimmer of hope and then we see it just kind of snuffed out, that part of you gets harder. And there's been a lot of snuffing lately. Snuffing like crazy, just all over the place. And I think we're all just becoming harder for it. And I don't know if that's
we're living in a snuff film. It's snuffleupagus out here.
It's a long ass film, and it's one of those things, Shalewa, where I'm not trying to be funny. A lot of times I feel like when this shit happens, I have to fight for my humanity. And I'm not trying to be funny when I say that. And when I mean my humanity, the thing in me that makes me care about other human beings outside of myself, my friends, and my family, and my loved ones. Because no matter what we think and who we are all connected. And what one person does actually impacts everybody. Voting has showed us that, because regardless of how you voted, we're all being impacted by the choices and the outcome of that. And so I want that part of me to always be alive, you know, but everything around me is just literally every day just telling me, well, kill it, fuck it, just move on and be like everybody else. But
it's very hard because we're going to need to rely on our community much more than ever before. As things are being taken away from us, we're going to need to lean on each other. And it's hard. I mean, I got to lean on the dude who never stopped playing Diddy. You know what I mean? I got to lean on that dude. I got to let him lean on me. That's kind of some bullshit.
Exactly.
Now what am I going to do? Ooh, yuck.
Right. What about you, Gastor? I know this was a hero of yours. And
yeah, this was tough. And the other thing was, you know, I'm ready to talk shit all day, every day, but I'm talking to Gastor for 2 hours a week, and I know this hurt him.
Real talk, I was crying. I love doing little shimmy dances in the rain.
Took all the fun away, right?
Real talk. Yesterday I was driving home yesterday. Had to skip like 7 songs. And he don't even rap in none of them. It's just he talks.
Right. He don't rap in none of them. People underestimate his influence and how much shit him just take that, dance in the background of the video, you know, just moving in the forefront and moving in the background.
I have a different take on this has really honestly made me realize how much he don't have talent. Cause I'll be like I'll be about to hit there's been because I'll be at the gym and I'll just hit like 90s workout music or whatever or something. Mm-hmm. And so some of the Bad Boy songs be on there.
Yes.
And I just be like, I would skip this, but he didn't do shit. Like you didn't like
this artist, right?
No, I actually, this is not gonna take this Biggie song from me. You like barely on this motherfucker. The only song he really like went off on was the one on his album with Busta Rhymes and Big. Like that's the only verse that I've ever heard from Diddy where I was like, yeah, he killed that shit. Put the money on the table and get your math on.
Yes.
I was like, yeah, that one, that's a classic. The rest of these verses, man, you can take it or leave it. The delivery's not even that good.
I don't know. This is the thing. I will give him credit for one thing in terms of on record. I think he was the originator of ASMR. He was the first person just like
that's hilarious.
Real talk. Everybody else is rapping mad aggressive. He's like, yeah, how does this sound in your ear? You know what I mean? Like and dude was at the forefront of that shit. You ain't even have a name for it yet. You know what I mean?
Time.
That's true. Yeah. That is true.
But real talk, like I'm blown away that, like, you know, there's to your point, there's literal video of him kicking a woman and he is still out. I was like, when that came out that he got the 3 innocent charges, I was looking up, is that, like, there's no way of charging him for that? Like, that is an assault, right? Like, there's a literal video of him
apparently it's past the statute of limitations. Matter of fact, like, so some people get into the legal minutia of it and they're like, why'd y'all even charge him with the RICO? But apparently, unless they charge him with the RICO, certain crimes are past the statute of limitations. So like RICO allows you to go past like 4 or 5 years and go into like, oh, in 2015 you blew up this guy's car or whatever. Right.
That's just bananas.
Hard. He's always just soulful humming. Like,
yeah.
I thought I hated him, and I was like, damn, are you giving me more reasons to hate you, bro?
Yeah, blowing up people's cars and shit. So I feel you. It's that like it also made it more difficult to process because, you know, one dude on a RICO charge is pretty. I mean, I don't even know if that's ever happened before that I know.
That is rare. RICO is kind of like how you you're like, I don't know, toss a RICO net on it for certain things that are very slippery, because wasn't that what they were trying to do with Young Thug?
Yeah, they lost that too.
Yeah, right. So I don't know, man.
Yeah, and like at least with YSL, there were other niggas on trial, but like this joint was just Diddy. They'd be like, this nigga's the whole RICO, and
the one
I'm
only,
like,
the RICO.
I don't know enough legally. When I just heard they charged him with it and it was the feds, I was like, whatever he did, that's scary as fuck. That, you know, like I didn't go, it's gonna be hard for them to win. I went, God damn, what did he do? You know?
Right? Yeah.
Real talk. And that's part of my issue in the sense that, like, Shalewa was concerned about his victory lap. I'm concerned that his victory lap is going to be fire, because like everything that everything you're saying, his ghostwriters, those are bars. Like the whole RICO, just me. That's hard on a rap song. In real life, you don't want to live that. But like everything about it is going to be a brag thing. The only bright side I was finding out of this is that somewhere in the jail cell, R. Kelly is saying, why not me? Like he is just like looking up at the sky, and he's wondering how come he ain't free, how come people ain't dancing in the streets for him, pouring pee on themselves, and it's because he deserved all that shit. He deserved all of it. You know what I mean?
It's weird too, because it felt very much like Boondocks, the scene outside the Diddy trial.
Boondocks really what that
wasn't it?
I don't believe that YouTuber's whole spiel and all that stuff, because I'm like, this isn't even original. This is so Boondocksian. I'm not even moved in like a wacky way, although I did write down the term a viral baby oil moment, because that's kind of a bar. But just in general. But yeah, I have a friend who works in, like, I want to say Turner, because I'm from Atlanta, and back in the day it was Turner before it was bought out 1 million times. But so she has CNN like on a feed, and she'll message me something, and she's like, all right, they're talking about people pouring baby oil on themselves on CNN. And I'm like, that can't be right. Someone like, that can't be. And I looked it up, and sure enough,
a whole ass real reporter.
Yeah, Lord, it was Laura Coates, and she looked like she could not believe her eyes.
She was like, I am disgusted.
She said, she's like, now outside the courthouse, you don't have the marshals regulating behavior. You don't have the marshals upholding the prim and proper etiquette that's happening inside the courtroom. No, instead, I kid you not, people are pouring baby oil on one another outside this courthouse. Baby oil having a very big play in the freak-offs we heard about. You have people saying it's not RICO, it's Freako.
Yeah, this was the other thing, which was, to Gastor's point, somebody's mixtape is going to be named Freako before the end of this quarter.
Yeah.
Before the end of this quarter.
It's on that piff right now.
Yeah, I mean, what I think what'll be interesting is seeing which people try to like soft pedal his return, because you're already seeing it now, like Lil Boosie and stuff like there's some people who are like, this means I told y'all this is what I'm talking about, and so I imagine when he gets out, those people will be around him and be in pictures with him and all that type of shit. But I don't know if it'll ever be like it was. Like I hear people saying like he's just gonna go back to normal, and I'm like, there's so many people that are too smart to do that.
Yeah,
like I don't,
They're not fucking up their money.
I just don't picture him doing like a white party and
He's
Jay
lost
Z
Gen Z and he's lost Gen Alpha. The young people, not at all. It'll basically just be Gen X and elder millennials.
Right.
Yes, because we the only people scared.
Yeah, just any unk and many aunties are going to be the ones that support him right now. The youth are like, ew, gross.
Mm-hmm. So, and I know, obviously no relation, but I think Shannon Sharp will try to have him on that podcast.
Of course.
I think that'll be a big get for him to.
Mm-hmm.
And then
he on him right now.
And then Shannon gonna pretend like, right, because people just be accusing people of stuff they clearly didn't do, no matter how much evidence there is. Right, Diddy? We both agree.
Yeah. Ugh, gross. See, I'm already disgusted.
Yo, but like real talk though, can I still like drink Coco Loso? Like I enjoyed that like Ciroc combination a lot.
I don't even think he owns Ciroc anymore.
The Ciroc name. He's
like,
pushed out of that, right? I think.
Yeah, a lot of his businesses and shit he was pushed out of. They was like, he
gave all the fucking rights to the music back. That's what's interesting to me when people are like,
that's what tipped me off. I was like, something happening. He giving people their shit back.
Well, that's what's interesting to me because people are like, man, I shouldn't listen to these songs anymore. I'm like, well, now you actually can listen. Like, because the time to not be listening was like when he was doing all this shit, and we were like, ain't Diddy a bad person? Anyway, I'm gonna keep listening. Now 112 actually gets that money, so
they do.
You can go ahead and run that back for the first time in a while and not feel any guilt about the shit. Cupid was my jam.
And wasn't it though? I remember me and one of my good friends when 112 came out, we drove to fucking Best Buy in Pineville, and the bitch was sold out just for the internet cheering. So we were upset because we was like, well, goddamn, we can't find the 112 CD.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right? I'm ancient. I'm old.
That is wild. I don't know. I mean, I remember Club 112, but I, as an old lady, remember when it was a club before that, because that's a club I went to in high school. You know what? That's enough out of me. Let me shuffle. Let me shuffle these bones on back to the back of the room.
Yeah, I am of that generation. So yes, all this is like me and my music and my jam. And like Shalewa would say, once we die off, nobody's gonna give a fuck. Not trying to be funny, like, because he was ancient to most of the young kids anyway.
Yeah, my freshman year, I played Cupid, and I played oh my god, Sweetest Thing on repeat so much in my dorm room that one of my suite mates came in and just took the CD out of my friend John. He just took it out. I was like, what the fuck happened to my? He's like, nigga, you can't just listen to one song all day. Like, that's my song.
that's how I was with Maxwell's. Was it Urban Suite? That whole album,
Urban Hang Suite.
Urban Hang Suite. I played that bitch on motherfucking repeat, full blast in the door. Ooh, why? I was like, bitch, will you calm this bullshit down? I was like, but that's my jam.
I do feel a little bit good for all the people that were caught up in rumors where people just kept trying to connect everybody to Diddy, and it was getting outlandish, and so I'm guessing that'll end because it had got to a point where like TD Jakes and Oprah had to come out and be like, we wasn't at freak offs, and I'm like, nigga, everyone know they wasn't at freak off. Come on,
you know, I think that is definitely done, which I guess could only help Gen Pop. Is it's broken down what like the whole hierarchy of after parties.
Right.
Because, like, I think everyone thought every Diddy party was a freak off. No. That's not possible.
Right.
a freak off you can only start to talk about a freak off at like the after party.
Right. Like when most people have left.
I think we're going to freak off this evening or morning. But it's not, you don't start at 7:30. Like there's no valet parking at a freak off. You don't.
Right.
You got to go a few levels. The kids, and you know what? Because the kids don't go to the clubs no more. They don't know. They don't know the timing of it.
You don't spring a freak off on somebody.
No, you do not.
Like, because there was that one lawsuit that was like Jay-Z was in a freak off, and then J-Lo was watching, and I was like, no, because you don't just fucking be like, hey guys, y'all trying to get into this freak off? Like, no, because you running too much of a risk that they're gonna be a regular person that's just gonna be like, whoa, this is fucking insane, Puff Daddy, what are you doing? I don't want this. That's crazy.
Yeah, you can't spring no freak off on no one. Clearly, there's planning. Just by what you had to buy from Costco alone, clearly there's planning. You can't.
Yes,
there's a lot of that.
You can't even like regular party with people anymore.
Nope.
Like,
a lot of that has went down.
Because like I actually read the allegations against Lizzo, and they were all things that in the 80s and 90s would have made her the coolest pop star of all time. Mm-hmm. But in 2020, it's like, wow, you really don't understand the power dynamics of. I'm like, so she was like, my dancers, let's get drunk, let's get high, let's go to the fucking strip club. We gonna watch sex shows. We gonna eat pussy bananas. We partying with Lizzo all night. It's like. Man, in 1995, it would have been like, yo, Madonna was that crazy. Prince, oh my God.
Come on.
They used to brag about that shit.
But 2025 is like, people have entire inner monologues you don't know about that's just like, no, this reminds me of the trauma I experienced.
Right.
Oh, shit. Yep. Oh, shit. This is not a party to you. This is only a party to me. And now I'm in court over this shit.
Right. And that's why they be like, people be like, why don't people hang out with Beyonce? She's like, I ain't got time for y'all. Like you did your job, which was to perform, and now it's time for me to leave. Y'all do whatever y'all want to do.
So, all right, but that's enough of this Diddy thing. I'm sure more stuff will come up as I think the sentencing has to happen.
Okay.
Then, of course, eventually the release. I'm sure whatever victory lap or even if he, something.
How crazy is Jaguar Wright gonna be now? Like. That poor woman, she's been screaming about this for years. They finally start to believe her, and it's still
I don't know. Have y'all been keeping up with Jaguar though? Because she like MAGA now and shit. I don't know what she believes.
I mean, she's going through all the steps of wackadoo that one has to, and that will sadly that will lead to MAGA. But I also think that like. She may even believe all of this stuff, and I want to write all of it off because I'm like, come on. But then something like this happens, you're like, well, shit.
Yo.
You know? So there's like kernels, unpopped kernels. She's giving us, and I mean, like, I don't know if this is going to be. Like she could go popping in two directions. Like, see, I told you they weren't ready for it. That's why he won. Or you know what I mean? Like, there's so many ways that she could go with it. You can't trust the government, or you can't trust Diddy, or they're in cahoots all together. Like the poor man.
I'm sure DJ Vlad will be putting the mic in her face so we can find out her thoughts on this. But I've avoided her most of the stuff she has to say just in general because it makes me feel sad. Yeah. When I see people that are like to me struggling with mental health and being like kind of exploited, you know, like let me put their struggles in front of the rest of y'all. I always like feel a level of sadness to it. Like I'm like, this shit is fucked up.
Right,
like
y'all taking full advantage. Cameras should not be in this person's face. A doctor. Medication, like something else needs to be in their face.
And like I know you, the interviewer, understands that the things they're saying are incongruent with each other. So you know when it doesn't make sense. Like both things can't be true sometimes. Or it's like, yeah, Puff Daddy was doing this. Also, free Puff Daddy, he innocent. I'm like, no, both of them, you knew in the same interview when they said that. one of those was false. But you put it out for all of us anyway. You didn't give a fuck about this person.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd watch an interview, but I'd watch them just talk by themselves. You know what I mean? I don't want to see someone interview Azalea Banks, but I'll read her stories.
Right. I'm scared of her too.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm from the source. You know what I mean? Right. I don't want anyone else doing the editing.
I mean, when I want to see something like that, I just take the bus, because you'll see it.
That's true.
Any form of public transportation.
Any city, any major city in the world, you can see it for free. Just take public transportation and go sit somewhere in an hour downtown. Somebody will walk by saying some shit to themselves. It'll happen.
Yeah.
All right. Other news that happened. We have political news. Let me pull up that segment. Politics until we get mad.
Yeah, until
I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black.
People have got to know whether or not their president's a crook. Well, I'm not a crook. I've earned everything I've got.
There's an old saying in Tennessee. I know it's a Texas company in Tennessee, but it says, "Fool me once, shame on you, shame on you. Fool me, we can't get fooled again."
Tell you what, I don't know about you, but I'm going to go to bed.
Well, they passed that. They're calling it the Big Beautiful Bill, which I found out was like the legal name that because I was watching.
Oh, that was the real name?
Yeah, I was watching like regular news because I avoid the internet version of news, right? Or whatever, like, oh, this guy on TikTok. So I was watching real news and I saw like my real local news is like Trump's Big Beautiful Bill. I was like, why the fuck are y'all calling it that?
Right? Why isn't it FBJ/2A bill?
Well, it's just we've had like the Green New Deal or whatever, or we've had I guess even the New Deal or whatever. But I guess I had with Obamacare, which ended up being the Affordable Care Act or whatever. Mm-hmm. I just remember like knowing there were certain things that were like nicknames, and then there were certain things that were like the bill name.
Yes.
And the news typically was on some like, the Affordable Care Act, not Obamacare.
Right.
But these motherfuckers said the big, and also I asked Twitter, like, is what the fuck? And they were like, oh, that's the real like legal name. He named it that
on purpose
so that people would be saying that. And I guess, people are saying it. Even though the bill is adding trillions of dollars of debt,
taking people off healthcare.
Yeah, it's rural hospitals, like it, you name it, people are gonna be fucked. We're already seeing the results of some of the like cuts that they've made before this bill, because this bill doesn't take effect immediately for everything. Some of this stuff won't even happen until 2026. Some of this stuff is gonna happen right after the midterms. But yeah, so some of this shit is taking effect at times later, but we're learning what it will be now. Mm-hmm. I just want to know what happens when a country files for Chapter 11. Like, do we? Because this feels to me very similar to like private equity taking over like Red Lobster or something. Where like they are stripping the value out of America.
Yes, they are
funneling all the profits to them, liquidating the assets. Mm-hmm. And they're just gonna sell this country off to someone else and be like, y'all run it. I don't give a fuck. I'm out. I made my money at the top. It just feels very similar, because what is taking away Medicare if not stripping the value out of a country, right? It's the same thing as like taking away your employees' healthcare, having layoffs, which we already did with Doge. Mm-hmm. It feels like private equity, but for a country.
Yes, and the way I feel like it, America's already broken. We poor. We owe a lot of countries, particularly China, a lot of money. And one day they might be like, bills due all up front and interest. We don't give a fuck, pay us now. And we won't be able to do that. And it's just one of those things where people wanted him to run this like a company. And this is what this is what a company does.
This is how he runs a company.
Well, yeah. Not all companies. This is how he runs a company. Yeah. And so because every company he has ever known has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy and crash. He's on airplanes that he wouldn't keep the maintenance up on them. Them bitches crashed, so he had to let that go. He has sold steaks. He has sold books that flopped. He has sold makeup. He like you name it, he has sold it, and they all have flopped. What makes you think somebody like that can run our country?
He made casinos go out of business.
Yes, multiple
How
casinos.
do you fucking casino? That's the easiest bread in the world.
Somebody said at a college.
Yeah, like he fucked up. He's fucked up easy bread. So of course he's gonna fuck this up.
Real talk. I want to first of all shout outs to the CEO of Red Lobster. That young man's doing great.
Yeah, he's
doing great things.
Go ahead and have him run the block on America in general.
Yeah, I was gonna say I want him as president right now. Real talk. He saved PF Chang's. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's doing his thing out there. The thing is, like, I my kids are old enough where they're very aware that I don't like Trump, and they also haven't lived through another presidency. So they've asked me like what's wrong and why do I disagree with it, and this is a big part of it. That like the way he runs it is like a business, but he's not a good businessman. And his intentions are weird. So like, I also, to be clear, did not like the Bushes or any of the other famously shitty dudes. But I will say this, and this is what differentiates them from Trump to me. I did not like the Bushes, but I felt like in their weird way, they thought they were doing the right thing for the country. I don't think Trump is even hiding that this is all for Trump. Like every single decision he makes is like, yo, I can make more money? Word? Cool. Yeah, I got 4 years to get this bag.
He be announcing shit, and then he announced like the promo sale after. Like he'll be like, hey, so ain't no more weather services. Also, Trump cologne. Okay, y'all need to get on this now. Don't forget.
He announced the UFC fight for next July 4th on the White House lawn.
Exactly.
Gold sneakers. Like,
exactly.
Yeah,
like
but next
like,
for the
that's how you know, like because you're right, Gastor. I think it is important to live in facts because I that's my big thing right now. And we're so like hyperbolic that we'll be like, there's no distinction. I'm like, no,
there is
a distinction. George Bush was a terrible president to me.
Yes, he was.
This nigga is worse. He's actually worse than what I remember many times being, especially the second George Bush being like, it can never be worse than this motherfucker.
I remember that.
This stupid motherfucker is gonna fuck us up. Like that's how I was thinking.
Just call him dumb and shit.
Yeah, I thought he a bunch of incompetent, blah blah blah. This dude is actually worse, and it does matter how much worse he is. So I agree with you.
Yeah, man, shit hurt. It's rough to see it, man. Just because of that, the role he's in, and it's irreparable damage he's doing for 4 years in that seat. Every time I think about that shit, like I always feel like it's been a long time, and we still year one.
Right.
6 months.
It feels like 4 to 5 years already because it's just a large, huge concentration. And Gastor, you talking about the weather stuff. Weather people have came on the news because people have been complaining about how weather is not as accurate as it used to be. You know how they used to be like, this is to the street, to the second, to the corner, you know what I mean, to the minute it's gonna rain, and it's not as accurate anymore. And one weatherman, they got a clip of him coming on news say, hey, you won't know why I can't tell y'all the weather to the minute now? Because they are defunding this shit, so I can't do my job.
Yeah, we just recently had a flood where I think right now the body count is at 37. Like it was a flash flood in a Texas town, and all these people died. And part of the story is that they have defunded and taken away the jobs of so many people whose job was to monitor weather. It was, and they just decided, I think it's 800 jobs. They just decided like we don't need those people doing the jobs. They're, you know, something Doge, something, you know, whatever. They're wasting government money, blah, blah, blah. And these are real lives that were lost. Children died, and because
people could have prepared.
Yeah, but you won't see a lot of like direct connection to that, right? It feels like facts are now like a liberal thing, like oh, the liberals and their fucking facts. Here we go with the bullshit, and they just immediately triggers like a response of like we're not listening from a large portion of the population. But those people in Texas died. Those people were not all liberals. Those, you know, some of those people probably voted for this. Some of those, Texas is a Republican state. their governor will ask for FEMA to come through or something.
He's gonna be like, nope.
And they're gonna say no. Like this, like all this stuff has consequences. I saw a Republican congressperson on Twitter saying, well, listen, this is a terrible tragedy, but don't let the liberals use this in order to make the government bigger. And I'm like, you mean so that kids won't die? You mean don't hire enough people so that we having 30 more kids die in a month. Let's just, the most important thing here is the government's size being too small. That's what we need. So yeah, I think this malfeasance is trickling up and trickling in all our, in all of us, and it's fucking us all over.
So what do you think? Do you think there is some sort of event that could happen where, not that it's going to change anyone on the top's mind, but that can galvanize the country in a way so we can finally run up on places with torches? I'm here French Revolution style. Like I got sticks, and I got matches, and I got lots of sneakers ready to run. But what do you think? There's some sort of event, or will it have to be a culmination of these types, like this terrible flood that happened? Like that has to happen all over the place in order to get. Do you think there's anything, or are we so divided that we cannot even coalesce and say, hey, y'all fucking up? What do you think?
This is just my personal opinion. There's not enough suffering. Americans have to suffer before we unify. Like, I really hate to be like that. I'm not talking about we're suffering now, but I'm talking about like really suffering where we have famines and we don't have water, and like and I know that's kind of going to the quote unquote extreme, but it's gonna have to be to a place where people, like normal everyday people that think they're extra special, that think they're above poverty, even though if you miss one paycheck you will be sleeping in your car. Those people have to get to the realization that we're all on this boat together, and it's going to have to take them suffering, losing loved ones, dying of a sickness. Like, I know that sounds sad. It's going to take more family members being deported. It's going to have to take you, the only person in your family here, because everybody else got sent somewhere to where they can't speak the language. Like, it's going to have to take that before people go, you know what, this racism thing? Fuck it. I know you a nigga. You still will be a nigga to me, but this is bigger than how I feel about you being a nigga. Like, it's going to have to kind of raise above that. And not only that, it's going to have to raise above people being mad at other people who didn't do their job in due process. I am still mad at people that didn't vote, and people that sit out, and people that let other things and make other decisions influence how they vote or just opted out. I'm mad at those people. People like me are going to have to get over that and be like, fuck it. I know you fucked up. I know you're the reason why we're here, but we are suffering so bad that I have to ignore what you did in the past. And we got to kumbaya our way through this bullshit, or else none of us are going to survive. And that's how my mind functions, and I will stick with that, because until enough people really feel it, because so many people feel like they're never going to be impacted by it, and because America is a selfish ass country, we are individualized. Everybody is about me and mine, and they really don't care about community like they used to. People do care about community, but not like they used to. And we're going to be in a place where community is going to mean more than anything, because people are going to have to end up living together no more. Generations are going to be in a house. So if you got somebody that owns a house, now there's going to be 18 families in there. And, people used to pick at foreign people, immigrants used to come here. We're like, why are there 25 of y'all in that house? We about to be that bullshit too, because we're not going to be able to afford to live nowhere.
I don't think we'll run up on anything, because the people who run up on things historically in this country are conservatives.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm sick of the liberal fantasy. I think it's actually holding us back. This fantasy that liberal people have that we are going to be the beheading the rich people. We're not. We pussy.
Be like
essentially in New York terms.
Yes.
We pussy. We not. Our side is. Our side is not like that, because our side can't be like that fundamentally. It's why I always will defend Michelle Obama when she said, when they go low, we go high, and people they roll their eyes, but she's absolutely right. Mm-hmm. Y'all are not go low people. I know go low people, but none of us are over here.
No,
like we're people that go, go low to protect trans people. That's not really going. That's not the same as the kind of go low that is happening in this country, which is like, we don't care if kids are gonna die. Cut off the suicide hotlines. That's low. We can't outlow that.
Nope.
Like, there's not a thing we can do, and because we don't have all the guns.
We don't.
We our side doesn't really like violence. We like to talk. We motherfuckers that like argue about too much violence in movies and hip hop are like, but we gonna run up on the rich. No, you're not.
No, you're not.
No, you're not. You're uncomfortable with Terminator 2. Like, you're not a motherfucking killer, and they are killing people. Like,
yes, they
two
are.
Politicians were targeted. Husband and wife were killed less than a month ago. People have already fucking moved on from it because the violence is so normalized on that side. It doesn't carry weight. It doesn't mean anything. That violence in America is violence that is supposed to happen.
Right.
It's going back 200, 400 years to the violence that was inflicted upon indigenous Americans and on black people. Like, this violence is in the DNA of America. America is essentially a heist. America is a crime. It exists. So
Yeah,
the
that's true.
Yeah, the idea that we won't like, we're gonna reach some tolerance. The only time that has happened that we've like had to physically fight is when the South wanted to secede from the country, which is going to take all the wealth from the country.
Right.
So, like, even Lincoln was like, I guess free the slaves. Like, if you go back and look at his it wasn't like he was like, we are doing this to free the
He was like, oh, all right, I guess we can. Yeah.
Y'all telling me the white boy
4 scores in 7 years.
Yeah,
I guess I'll do it. You know.
The white boys is dying and they don't want to fight no more. Well, shit, I guess let the black people do it. They really the ones that got that dog in them right now anyway. So I think a lot of that anyway. I say all that because even after Civil War, right? Then you got the people that ran up violently on people. It was after Reconstruction. Right? Who running up on Wilmington, running up on Tulsa. Like, we have a history of people that do run up and kill people.
It ain't us.
It's just never been the people that we want it to be. Like, this is not a movie. You don't just win because you're right. Like, but I'm a good person. Well, if you're a good person without a gun, you're just a shot person. Civil rights. Even if you look at civil rights movement in this country, it wasn't Martin Luther King running up on people. It was people running up on Martin Luther King and getting it on camera and us being like, now that's fucked up. Like, it was, and not even, and for the record, not even really America. If it was the advent of television, allowing our allies, who none of us respect now, right? Like, none of the president.
Oh yeah, we lost them.
Right.
Yeah.
So, like, that only matters if you have a president and people in charge who cared, who go, oh man, I don't want Europe looking down on us. They don't care if Europe looks down on what they're doing to us now. So I personally, I hate to give people such a hopeless message, but I feel like I'm a realist. I don't feel like I'm pessimistic or anything. I'm just like, whatever fantasy we have where it's like, we're going to reach the breaking point and you're going to dap up your MAGA wearing hat motherfucker next to you and be like, let's get it back from the 1%. It ain't happening.
No, it's not.
The most we got is an angry Bernie Sanders at 89 years old telling people to get mad. Like, but anyway, all that to say, there is a solution if it still exists, which is the obvious solution and the easiest one, which is everybody take their ass out and vote for the shit to get closer to the thing you want. Not even telling you to get perfect, just whatever gets you closer to the steps that you want. That shit is always there. It's the easiest thing. The easiest. We keep fucking avoiding it, and then we end up here, and we go, "How did we get here?" Well, maybe the revolution will come. Trump was president once, and I was promised the revolution then.
Yes.
You know what we got from that revolution? Joe Biden.
Oh, say their revolution. Actually, we were not clear on which side.
Yeah. You're right.
No, you're right. The insurrection is another.
Long form.
They the ones who run up on shit. So I'd love to live in the Matrix world where we all got Zion and we're gonna fucking take back the machines or whatever. But we don't live in that fucking world. That's just TV. Yeah. We got to deal with the world we live in, and the easiest thing to get, especially these white folks, the easiest thing to get them to do would be to just go fucking vote for the shit instead of acting like too high and mighty for it.
Yeah, I guess my issue is I I am more liberal, but the energy in me is run up on, which is not the norm. So I'm always
I recognize it.
Yeah, I'm always like, I don't understand why we don't just run up and then it's like, oh, because everybody else is too busy correcting the way somebody did something.
Shalewa, if me and you held a community town hall and it was the run up, we're gonna start the run up on them party. I already know that when all the people that we need to be running up on with us, like we all running together, we're gonna get to the meeting and they're gonna be like, will that be gluten free?
Right, yes, exactly.
It's like y'all don't have what y'all need to have. Like y'all need to be
like, they're gonna be like, what are the rules and the bylaws and
can we not just use tasers instead of guns to run? Because I am not for the death penalty, and I feel like we should maybe put these people on trial. It's not gonna go the way people think it's gonna go.
Right.
That's why I say, and most people on our side, I would forever say this: we are rule followers, and this is why I don't believe people. Because even now, whenever they pass rules, we fucking follow them. I don't mean no harm, even though we mad and grumble and complain, we follow them.
I saw Elon Musk tweeted that he was like, "I'm gonna start the American Party. It's gonna be a third party," and I've already seen dummies being like, "Well, hear them out." Like
we already got that party. What are we doing here?
You mean the neo-Nazi dude that was doing Hitler salutes? Now he on our side. I've always been more of a libertarian than a conservative in the first place. So y'all just gonna let Lucy hold the football one more time, because this time y'all gonna get it, right? Y'all gonna get it, you stupid motherfuckers. We be held back by our own bullshit.
Yeah, yes, we do. And America is so dumb. They will allow another man who is not born and raised here, who fucking can't even vote in our goddamn election, run shit. And I think that's the thing that pissed me off about Elon Musk. I was like, he don't belong here, bitch. I didn't vote for him. How is he running shit? Why is he here?
Oh, because he's the one with the money.
Right.
He's the one with the money. And that's the only reason Trump even listened to him, is because he's the nigga with the money. Oh, you got all the money?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get like you, big dog.
I'm trying to get like you.
Every time Elon talks, a little bit of me blames myself and others like me, because we gave Elon too much credit for being in Iron Man, and that went to his head. He's like, oh, like y'all think I'm cool. And he didn't realize that, we thought you were cool because we hadn't heard you talk.
Right.
When he was quiet, the illusion was cool. Like, oh, you just a nerdy dude trying to get into space and make cars. I rocked with that. Keep that going and don't say anything else. And then he started talking, you know what I mean? But it's my fault, because I know when he did that scene, everybody went nuts on Twitter. Yo, you saw Elon, he like the real Iron Man in Iron Man. Now he out here trying to be more than he should be.
Yeah. Gastor. This has really been, I think, a rough era for Gastor.
It's hard on me, yo. Y'all
for just learning what I've learned of Gastor as we've done the podcast, there's been a lot of like, well, baby.
Real talk. I'm watching my heroes
okay. Should I just been crushing out your hopes and dreams, ain't she?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, your mic is cutting out for some reason, Shalewa. It's making you sound like quiet or something.
Oh, okay. Now.
Okay, it's coming in now.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, someone in the comments said like I think it's important to admit it, because like you got to learn that, like, oh, I fell for the game, like straight up and down. I have to call that out.
Well, I mean, this is where the New York really pops out of you, Gastor, because like New York's a very hustle city. And I listening to you as a fan, I feel like you're very much pro hustle. Like, and I'm not saying like pro necessarily grifting or like abuse, but like hustle and grift is close enough that there's gonna be some people that slip over. That kind of, the Venn diagram, it just a little bit get in there. And so sometimes in order to see it's a grift, you have to like get through the hustle part, because you can see the hustle of it, like, hey, you know what, you can make some money off this crypto shit. And then like then you see the grift part, and it's like, oh, obviously not that. That's fucked up. And I feel like identify with Shalewa. I'm a bit more cynical about these things, and I'm like, what's the grift? Like every time someone comes to me with something, I'm sure I've lost out on some things. I'm sure I could have made money some places that I haven't, because I'm like, I don't know, nigga, that sounds way too. That doesn't sound like that.
I still got a Nas NFT somewhere. So I'm waiting for that to pop off. You know what I mean? By the same token, I've sold a lot of refrigerators outside. So
when I was in New York, the NFT market was starting to pop, and of course, I'm just like arms folded, like this some bullshit, and it's like people at work was like, nah, but it could work, because see, I'm like, you buying these motherfucking monkeys, I'm roasting you every day. Don't let me find them. Like you can buy one, but keep that shit on the low away from me, because I can't wait. You don't want me tapping in 2027 on a random Tuesday on a text message like, how your NFT monkey doing? You made any fucking money off that bullshit yet? So like, yeah, I'm just not the person to be sold these. I don't believe, guys, this is hot takeaway. I don't believe AI. I don't believe it. I think they lying to us, and I think this bubble's gonna burst.
I do too.
Remember, you heard it first, because if it bursts, I'm gonna be the smartest person. Obviously, everyone's accepted it as it's gonna happen. It's inevitable. So y'all will forget this in 5 years. If it don't burst, you'll be like, I don't even remember him saying that. But I'm telling y'all, this shit feel like NFTs to me. This feel like a motherfucker that some white boys in Silicon Valley are just shuffling money around, and firing niggas like left and right, like lay off 500 people. We don't need them no more. The AI art will cover it, and I'm telling you, this AI shit ain't good yet. It's not good at any of the stuff they say it's supposed to be good at yet. And I don't believe what happens if there is no yet, and it just never gets good enough to write a movie script that a human being will not, what I'm saying, like that will pierce the uncanny valley for us.
I think they're just putting it in the wrong places. It's business people trying, tech-minded people trying to do art their way. And it's a box of crayons for the way that they want to do their art, but that's not, it's
but it's also people that don't value art.
Exactly. And that's why they're looking at it like that, and they're like, oh, this will be great. And I'm like, that's not, baby, you're just making another spreadsheet for a thing that is the opposite of spreadsheet.
The thing I will say is, whenever you see an example of artificial intelligence now, and tell me how many of y'all will start recognizing this over time, but it's actually not normally artificial intelligence, it's automation.
Yes,
it's automation that they're passing off as artificially intelligent. They're being like, oh, when you go to Bojangles, we have an AI thing. I'm like, no, you just automated the order system. Yeah, that's the same thing as me touching the screen at McDonald's. Like, it's not like it's just a robot voice. It's the TikTok white girl voice or whatever. Hi, I'm Bolinda. Welcome to Bojangles. But
her name is Bolinda.
Yeah, but you didn't actually change the shit. Like it didn't stink. It didn't hear my voice and go, oh, you know what? Yeah, I could tell this nigga likes Sprites.
Low key, I honestly think that whoever invented AI, I think it was one dude. He did it by accident, and he was like, "Oh shit, I made something," and I think it works. But I think he realized that the only thing it knows how to do is his job. So he's like, nah, it does art too. Like, look at that shitty drawing.
But the other thing is, if AI was a person, we would all kick that person's ass because it's stealing people's work.
Yes,
it steals work, and it doesn't credit the work. Like,
has no original thought, no original idea or anything. And Roger laughs at me with the Bolinda thing because I get mad every time I hear it. I was like, why don't we just have the person speak if I'm gonna turn around and hear the person anyway?
But once again, that's not artificial intelligence. That's automation. I don't have a problem with automation. Like, automation it just doesn't sound sexy to people to be like, yeah, so we automated the menu. No, we AI'd the menu. Ooh, no, well, shit, then that's some fucking Matrix 3 shit. What is that, Star Wars over there? You fucking,
in the future.
It's like how I have now that I'm trying to eat different. I have like these protein snacks, right? And they be like junk food, but it's really just protein.
Yeah, they are not good.
It's just protein powder or whatever. It's like protein chips, like protein potato chips, but not really. It's just protein powder smashed in the chips.
Right.
They got protein donuts, but it's just fucking. It don't taste like a donut. It tastes like how I imagine the food on Star Trek tasted when it came out that machine that just put the molecules together.
Yeah,
like it got the right molecules of a donut, but it's not a fucking donut. I've never woke up craving a fucking protein donut.
Right?
But that is to me what the difference between artificial intelligence and AI is.
Okay.
We're eating protein donuts. Like we're just getting and we're being like, did you know this is all proteins? Like it still fucking sucks.
Yeah, it does.
It does not taste like a fucking real donut. This is not Krispy Kreme.
And it tastes a little off where you go, why don't you just, and like I said, Roger had like,
sure AI can outright Tyler Perry. I said it.
It can't.
I'm not sure you can give me an AI.
Hold on. Let's slow down.
Real talk.
I'm not sure.
We don't think AI can outright Tyler Perry?
We don't think AI is Tyler Perry?
I'm not sure.
That's where I've been this whole time.
You know what? Let's put AI in one train tunnel and Tyler Perry in another, and we'll fucking let's see who makes it through the mountain first.
As I said, I didn't say it can't. I said I'm not sure, and that should say a lot about where artificial intelligence is. Because there's a lot of human beings. I'm like, they could write a movie script better than Tyler Perry. AI, I'm like, I don't know, 50-50.
You know, another like argument for you here too with the bad food comparison, the whole Impossible Meat thing. It never really like they've been pushing it and it works for some people, but it's never been a full replacement. That to me is like AI like trying to imitate our shit.
Right, because the thing about it is it's a little off and it's not really a good substitute. Like I remember on the show, Gastor, you was talking about like diet sodas. I agree, I'm with you. Most diet sodas suck, but the only one I like is the ginger ale. Because it's the closest, I'm with you, it's the closest thing to the original where you can say, okay, you took the sugar out, but it don't completely change the flavor where I taste like I'm drinking chemicals.
Yeah, I think we might have lost Shalewa, y'all.
Shalewa needs to refresh.
Hopefully it'll bring her back on screen. But
yeah,
I don't see her in the thing. So we'll see if we can get her back from refreshing possibly, and then I'll look for her in the chat.
Yeah,
but yeah, man,
cat or something over there. Lucinda be getting wild.
Yeah, I'll see her back in the chat. Yeah, you never know. Like internet drops for a second, or fucking what's the other thing that happens sometimes? The browser. It could be anything, but hopefully we'll get her back on stage soon. All right, let's go to another segment because I think we were mad at the end of the politics. And, that's.
I think we've been mad this whole episode.
Yeah, honestly, but it's time. It's time to get happy. We need to celebrate some things. And I there's a segment that I always like to do to celebrate. It's called "Welcome to the Cookout." Welcome to the cookout. Welcome to the cookout. Welcome to the cookout. Welcome to the cookout. Oh, yes. It's time to invite some people to the cookout. That's right. The mythical Black experience that we all claim no white people are coming to when we're online, but it's not true. We've all been to the cookout. There's be some white folks there. And there's a couple people that are trying to get in.
Okay.
Today, we are inviting this man who is a wrestling legend, Kevin Nash.
Ooh.
Kevin Nash. Okay. I don't know. I'll put his picture up so we can all look at it together, everybody. Because it's important to see his picture. Because he does not look like you would necessarily think the things that are coming out of his mouth are going to say. So that's Kevin Nash right there, NWO for life, as he says. Okay.
That's the New World Order, right?
Correct.
Okay.
That is what they went by. So Kevin Nash been on Twitter popping that shit.
Okay.
He said he wasn't celebrating Independence Day.
Oh shit.
I didn't celebrate the 4th this year because I personally feel we're not the home of the free. We lose constitutional rights daily. If you're a bigot, please unfollow me. Peace out.
Oh shit.
He then added, happy 4 more trillion in debt day. Never felt this proud as we continue to destroy the empathy we once held for the less fortunate. So I guess happy wealthy white 1% day.
Say it with your whole chest like you mean it.
Separation of church and one user questioned which constitutional rights have been lost. He says separation of church and state in reference to the CBS settlement with Trump, which was First Amendment, with them paying the president to report the truth. When another user said he should lead the country, he said, I raised my hand and gave an oath to die for the Constitution to be upheld. I served my country. I shouldn't have to leave.
Come on.
Someone said, what does being white even have to do with these comments? He said, are you worried about being deported, cracker?
Oh.
Sit in your Alabama double wide and shut the fuck up.
Oh.
Look,
somebody
he does excellent work in the movie Magic Mike and Magic Mike Double XL, which is how I know him.
A user made a joke about storming the golf resort, I guess running up on Mar-a-Lago. He said, I wish no harm to anyone, just wish he could stay on point on anything. He's the president and was voted into power, just not in sync with his ideas of what our country needs. And then he ended up engaging with dozens of users, defending his political stance, also trading a lot of insults with them. So Kevin Nash, I'm gonna be honest, I was not familiar with your game. I did not know this.
Hey, listen, earlier we talked about how we don't got storm the Capitol energy. We type up some shit though. Now leave us by a computer with a keyboard, we'll fuck you up.
Yeah, low key, that's kind of our problem. Because we be so happy that we typed that. We be thinking we got some shit off, and it'd be like, "Did you go vote? Huh? What? Oh no, I was calling these motherfuckers crackers and talking about they double wides.
I thought that was my
today?
My work.
Was that
mission accomplished? Right?
Oh shit. Yeah, but nah, he been popping shit on Twitter, talking big time to these motherfuckers. He said, someone said, did you condemn Black Lives Matter and their mostly peaceful protests as well? Said, I felt their anger over killing George Floyd. Destroying property isn't a solution. I grew up with the Black Panthers selling their newsletter on the street corners downtown. They didn't cover their faces, never felt fear. Bitches marching with an array of American flags, faces covered, reads very different to me. Guess it's just one socialization process. So,
well, excuse me.
Damn.
Yeah, so listen, we need people to work security at the cookout. Okay. Kevin, you're up, buddy. I think you can stop some of these people from trying to get in.
We're gonna be teaching the kids how to wrestle moves so they don't fuck their brothers and sisters up.
A lot of Black people love wrestling.
Yes, I did as a kid.
A lot of Black people love wrestling. So like you can get maybe we can hold our own WrestleMania event. You know, we can get some other like-minded wrestlers in there and you can throw down for give us some entertainment. So please come to the cookout, buddy. Welcome to the cookout. Welcome to the cookout. Welcome to the cookout. Put somebody in the figure four. I want to see it. So shout out to Kevin Nash. Let's go to another segment. All right, we invited someone to the cookout. That was fun. We also do a thing on here called Gender Wars.
Yes,
where we talk about the content of people fighting online. We have a song for that as well.
There's a war going on outside. There's a war going on outside.
All right. Gender Wars. We people are now submitting these to us because there's just now I feel like y'all want us to talk about it. Now the rule is, and as guest, I'll it's hard to get used to, but I'll explain to you. We're not actually judging the right and wrong and the merits of the argument. We actually don't care. We are judging the content. Like, is this content gonna go viral? Is it gonna make people get in up comments and argue with each other? How well done was it? Is it believable? You know,
does it feel fake?
A lot of these are clearly fucking sketches, and you know, not everyone's good at writing, as we alluded to with Tyler Perry and AI. So sometimes the sketches don't work, and then every once in a while they're really good, you know, and it just depends on it. So we're really judging not necessarily the content of the, like, oh man, she's right, men don't be doing this, or he's right, women don't. We're just judging, like, is this a good clip that'll get us to fight? All right, so this woman on Instagram, she's taking us back to the oldie but goodie, tried and true staple of the Cheesecake Factory. She apparently says that women that are okay with going to the Cheesecake Factory on a first date don't have any standards. You're always going to accept whatever a nigga give to you. You'll never experience Ocean Prime. Okay, all right. That's the.
I don't even know what an Ocean Prime is. That's
because you a broke.
I guess I'm a broke bitch.
You just accept what anybody gives you.
Nah, apparently so.
So you're not gonna know. You a Cheesecake Factory.
I am.
Person.
In fact, yes, and cheesecake is pretty good.
So let's see what she had to say. Now she does appear to be in her car. Or a car. I don't know if there's a passenger car side or what, but this is her.
Y'all really helped me see that. There's nothing wrong with the Cheesecake Factory. For you, what? That's fine for you, but that's not okay for me. That's my preference. I don't want to go to the Cheesecake Factory on the first day. That's why y'all ass don't get shit, because y'all don't have no fucking standards. You're always going to accept whatever a nigga gives to you. I don't accept what a nigga gives to me. I'm going to tell the nigga what I want. Okay? And I get what I want. At the end of the day, if you let a nigga take you to Cheesecake Factory, he's gonna Cheesecake Factory you to death. You'll never experience Maestro. You'll never experience Ocean Prime because you just let a nigga take you wherever the fuck he want to take you. Oh, I'll go wherever. I'm just happy to be out. I'm just happy to be on a date. And again, there is absolutely nothing wrong with the Cheesecake Factory. I love the Cheesecake Factory food. I go there all the time with my friends and my family. But as a man for a date, that is a low standard. I don't care. All I do is we're supposed to get to know each other.
Okay, all right. So that was the clip. I do, shout out to the baby seat in the back. I will say off tops, I think her yelling at us is a good choice because it immediately made me feel like I needed to defend something. Like I don't even know what I was defending. But it made me be like, hey, who you yelling at? It was perfectly fine. And then the other thing that I thought was really smooth finesse that we don't get in this segment often. It's a woman judging other women.
Yeah, it's normally
gender wars is somehow like, let me tell you why men ain't shit, or let me tell you why a woman ain't shit. She basically was shitting on other women, and that catch-all of there's nothing wrong with the Cheesecake Factory doesn't quite fix the for you and the if you just got low standards, then you are saying something's wrong with the women that go to the Cheesecake Factory on dates. You can't have it both ways. So I think she did a good job of like delivery and making us want to fight. Go around the room. Karen, how'd you feel about it?
I agree. I think it started off with, hey, let me get your attention. Like you said, a yelling type of thing. I like that she had the camera. We saw her face. And so she said it with her whole chest, so she wasn't trying to hide. I think that people are going to argue. You're going to have women arguing, and then you're going to have men arguing because this is almost like a pro-man type of thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And it is. And you know what? To your credit, Karen, I didn't even notice this until I went to look. It is posted on one of these like booty Instagram pages.
That makes sense.
So like a man probably runs that page, like look at these butts. And then he's like, let me post something that makes women feel bad. Because if you look, the rest of these posts have nothing to do with any of this.
They sure don't.
Fine ass women of color being fine. Yeah. And so this is clearly not this is not the didn't post this on a feminist blog.
I don't think we got enough clarity. You should keep showing more examples of what's on the page, right?
I'm looking at them for y'all to just judge for myself. And let me tell you, Gastor, it's very compelling out here.
Gotcha.
Okay?
I believe.
Like this one is not even. This woman didn't even do nothing. She just walked out of her house. Like she was like walking out of her house with that rack showing.
Oh, so thanks is thanking
peanut butter skin, and she's like, yeah, this is
contribution. Got a good workout happening.
Somebody's at the gym with the tights on, being filmed, I assume.
I'm starting to understand the vision. Okay.
So this is the content of the page is the point. Okay. This is not if you were coming here looking for more takes on the dating standards, I don't think you're gonna find many.
No. So
I think that's where we're at with that. But what about you, Karen? What would you give it? 0 to 10 for the obvious.
Did you get your score?
Oh, for me, I'm gonna give it a 7. I think what could have took this to a 10 is if she actually was arguing with another woman.
Yes, that would have been great.
If she would have had another woman in the sketch that was disagreeing and she was
and had that same energy.
Yes, and especially if they did it either on a podcast or something where they were like, we're supposed to be friends. So, because that adds an element to the chat where we'd be like, that's not even your real friend. You need to get away from her. Look how she talking to you. And that really takes it to the next level. I just recently saw that with B. Simone, where it ended up going to the next level because people was like, that's not even your real friend. And I think that's a major thing. And maybe she don't have friends. I don't know. I wouldn't have done this in front of a baby seat because, obviously, but that does help, I guess, go viral because people are in the chat saying bad things about her. If you want to hear some comments, this is why she will forever be by herself. I don't see a problem with Cheesecake Factory coffee dates going for a drink. You are trying to get to know each other. It doesn't take a lot of money. Look at this single girl trying to hype herself up. A lot of laughing emojis. Woman, shut up. Who would want to take you anywhere with that attitude and mouth? I bet you're alone.
Yeah, I knew that was gonna come out the woodworks.
Why do a broke person require you to be rich with them? That is a bar, but that is funny. That is a bar. That is a bar. Why do a broke person require you to be rich with them? That's pretty good, buddy. She probably eat tuna fish out the can by herself.
Oh no! Oh no!
Yeah, that's hard, yo. Real talk.
Don't mix it with mayonnaise, nothing.
You painted a whole picture in one sentence.
That's hilarious.
Damn. Boy, that is creative writing for your ass.
Beautiful.
Oh, man. In short, she belongs to the streets. Okay. First date, if you can't be happy with Applebee's or Chili's, then we not even compatible. Why is this nigga's avatar Jimmy J.J. Walker? What?
Oh, no.
It might be him. I don't know. It seemed like some shit he'd say. Anyway, so that's my grade, 7. Karen?
I'm gonna give it a little lower. I'm gonna give it a 6 because I do agree with some of the things you're saying.
Yeah.
I do think that she needed someone else, but like this, a woman preferably, but even if she would have had a man asking for advice about his girl or saying that he went on a date.
Oh, if the other woman was also married though.
Yeah.
She could pull the well, that's why you alone.
Yeah.
Like
that's what you did.
It was missing something. You're right. Yes. I can't give it a 10. It was missing something. Okay. What about you, Gastor? What would you give this on the Wars?
I am gonna go with an 8, actually. I think this is solid work. Extra credit in particular to the page. I think that's vital here. You know what I mean? As you showed most of the other content, equally beautiful, very different in approach. This allowed the gawking men to express themselves. They've been holding that in the whole year, watching cities. They just been putting in fire emojis all year. They finally got to like get off some text.
And they probably hate women. Like a lot of them are like, I click on these because I can't help myself, but also I hold a level of repressed rage about the fact that these women are beautiful. And I can never get one of these women.
And they turn me on.
And here comes one of these beautiful women being like, your broke ass ain't gonna take me to Maestro's. And so now they gonna leave. I bet they left more comments on this than the fire emojis on the booties. You right?
Exactly. Real talk. It's the most words they've written in years.
You talking me? You talking me into like a 7.5?
Higher score, right? I'll give it a 7 then. Like I go up a point.
Yeah, you're right. The environment counts. That's part of it.
That's part of the
game. If this was on like the Shade Room, it wouldn't even have hit.
It don't hit.
It wouldn't have been the top 10.
Yeah, it's like y'all do this shit every day. What's the next one? Y'all gonna pick on somebody's trans child or some other terrible shit y'all be doing on there? Like this ain't even registering a blip. But you're right, on the booty page. This is completely different wild card content. Yeah. All right. What about this, Ray? What would you give it? 0 to 10?
I mean, this isn't even a world I understand. Skip all of this. I don't think. Okay. So, as a novice who I really don't look at any of this, I can agree that it has all the classics in it. You know, in her car. All I see are eyelashes. Very loud, talking to me, very loud. So I do feel like it. Literally halfway through that, I opened another tab and I looked up Ocean Prime just to see what that was. And
Ocean Prime will get some business.
And it's just, it's a chain restaurant. Yeah, and I'm like, well, this bitch trying to go from one chain. So already it gave me this bitch. Yeah. It gave me this bitch immediately. And I'm like, well, good for you, because I'm in no way invested in anything that once I see eyelashes, I kind of tap out. If you know what? If you can't say with your,
you made me think what if, now I'm not a conspiracy guy, but what if this is just extremely very well done viral marketing for like Ocean Prime?
You see?
Or like Cheesecake Factory. Like they just pay these people to keep saying this shit. And what does it do? It puts it in my brain to be like, I need Cheesecake Factory soon.
It's always dates are $200 and why are you going / why are you not going to Cheesecake Factory? These are the standards.
I bet the lines is longer at Cheesecake Factory now from people trying to prove her wrong.
Yeah, Cheesecake Factory get random burst of sales and they don't understand why.
Real talk.
I love a chain restaurant and I've never been to Cheesecake Factory, and I think it's probably like the numbers are definitely up since the advent of like front facing camera work.
Yes.
For sure.
They be shitting on them. I'm like, ooh, a Cheesecake
Factory need to make this some type of special.
Yeah.
Yes.
They need to have like the dates, the $200 date special or some shit, and it's like pick an entree, pick 2 cheesecakes.
Do you remember there was a woman? Maybe she said this on TikTok and it made its way to Twitter, but she was talking about how she had gone on a date with a dude to a place for oysters on like a Tuesday night, and they ordered a lot, and she ate all of them, and the guy's like, I can't believe she ate all these oysters, blah blah blah. Yeah. And then they said the name of the restaurant, Fontaine's, and I'm like, oh, I know Fontaine's, they about to go up, and that's an independently owned spot, and I'm like, I know they didn't pay for this, but everything after that was like, I went to Fontaine's because these people were complaining or talking about it, and it was great. And there's a line, and I'm like, I have passed Fontaine's 6 days a week for like 7 years.
Remember that, Shalewa.
We covered it.
Yes, I can't even imagine the servers are like, hey, it's a slow time. The fuck? Because they cut people. So, if you had 5 or 6, now it's like 3 of y'all, and you're like, whoa.
On a Tuesday night for a reason, because they're like, we got to get rid of these goddamn oysters because shipment comes in tomorrow morning. And now they're running out because of this. So that's where my brain goes.
She was dogging them oysters out.
They look delicious.
So, I'm gonna give her a 6 for good advertising.
Okay, there you go.
I'm just saying this was brilliant price anchoring, by the way. As someone who's gone on dates with the missus to both of these places, Austin Prime is only like $5 more for anything.
Exactly.
Like, it's the same shit.
One of them here I've never heard about it.
They're solid. It's just Cheesecake Factory, like, that ain't cheap. It's not Applebee's. You know what I mean?
That's the thing.
Like, it's not Applebee's.
Like, she didn't hit you with, like, why you take
Chili's.
That was a brilliant choice because they're like really close in terms of price point. So like now you got to argue for Cheesecake Factory in terms of like spending 80 versus 100 on a date night. Like it's not that wild a difference. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dog. It's like the first time I found out like market price don't really be that much more.
No,
it's just scary.
Yeah, because they don't tell you the price. You got to ask.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know, man. My entree cost $17. This is market price, and how much is market price? Tonight it's $20. Well, shit, then give me the $3 more fish, nigga. That's Why didn't you just say that?
Right, that's how I feel. Because
why is that not on the door when you walk in, like a little chalkboard, like market price today is $30 or whatever, so I can know if I want that?
Yeah, the lady told us fish price because I love like this fried fish, and she was like, "Oh yeah, this is what market price is." I was like, "Well, shit, it ain't that bad."
I went out with a girl in college, and I called ahead to find out so that I could not ask and be stunting when I got there.
Exactly.
Like, I don't even worry about that kind of thing. Hit a card, do it up.
Yeah, I got you, sis.
That is the most Gastor thing I've ever fucking heard.
That is so.
What's market price today? What's market price?
What's market price?
Tomorrow. How's it looking tomorrow?
Yeah, it's my first time going fancy shop. I was asking order questions. I was like, so what we get before we order anything? Okay, cool. All right, I made this reservation 4 weeks ago.
Chips and guac is free, right?
Right? Okay, yo. What's on the bread? Okay.
All right. It's included, right?
You know, I'm not really a dating advice person, but I tried to give some game to Chris Lambert. I was like, do you know how to use chopsticks? Because he was talking about how he went to this nice restaurant with this woman, and he's like, yeah, I do know how to use chopsticks. Not that well, but good enough. I was like, next time, let her think she's teaching you how to use chopsticks. Like on that first date. That's like a little cute thing to be like, oh, you don't know? Oh, you taught me chopsticks. Remember that cute first date? You taught me how to use chopsticks. I went to the sushi place and wow, we must really have compatibility. But then like a person wrote in, they got mad at me for telling him that. So I was like, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with people these days. I thought that would be like a cute, funny story.
No, that is a very good idea. And I'm now realizing that I am destined to be alone because I could go on a date with someone and he could try to teach me how to use chopsticks. And I'll be like, nah, I brought a fork. I know I don't know how to use them.
So I was just digging in with her hands. I'm good.
You know what? And that would be me. He would put out the chopsticks. I was like, no, I ordered this volcano roll. This volcano roll gonna get eaten with my hands. I know you're not supposed to, whatever the fuck, but yes, this will not dip well in the spicy mayo with me and these chopsticks.
But anyway, I feel like the gender wars got people fighting so much that this woman wrote in like, that is a terrible thing, Rob.
Yes.
He is lying. He is lying to her. What else is he lying about? I'm like, what? I thought it was just chopsticks.
It was chopsticks.
I didn't say go on a date. Don't tell her about your other family. Like, what the fuck?
That up immediately. But the chopsticks thing, definitely.
One negative is that if he does use it and they get married, he has to stop listening to you because he doesn't want that story to ever connect again. You know what I mean?
It's a cute story. Well, I feel like after the marriage, that's when you unveil to her, like, hey, I actually knew how to use chopsticks. I just liked you so much that I was like pretending I didn't know. You can't, because you can't let her think you stupid for the rest of your life. You gotta. It's like I'm a cultured person. I just liked you a lot. Nobody wants to date a dummy.
I'm a little bit.
Say that again, Shalewa would cut you off a little bit.
I don't know how to use chopsticks, so now no one's dating me because I'm a dummy.
Right. That might be it.
Right.
You just gotta be. I feel like chopsticks is cute, but like, say if you had her teach you how to read, that's not cute. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's levels to this shit. Like, I need help, but I'm not like a baby.
Yeah, pay for a tutor if that's the problem.
Yeah,
you're capable. You just didn't have the opportunity. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. It's the market price hustle. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I knew market price. You didn't need. Does she need to know that you knew market price ahead of time? No, you could tell her that 10 years later when you're married and you have your first 2 kids, it'd be like, oh, that first day, I did know the fish was $20. I knew.
Real talk, I'm gonna go tell Gabby now. Real talk, I'm gonna come out. All of this.
She'll think it's adorable. Let us know. I'm gonna be listening to the next podcast. Let us know how it works out.
Real talk, you're gonna hear a breakup, I think, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna sneak that in.
How could you? You lied all these years. I thought I knew you, Gastor. Not the market price. I told my mama about the market price story.
I felt special.
Real
all right,
talk,
we'll do one.
Marrying this worldly dude from East New York, 6 blocks away from me.
We'll do one more gender war and then we'll get out of here with some sword ratchetness. This one is a podcast. Okay. Immediately, gotta say, these podcasts are killing it with the gender wars. They know how to cut it, edit it, get the fight going right away. Nothing's ever been improved by podcast mics in the last 5-10 years. So like, this is perfect. If they would have put that in the big beautiful bill, we're stripping away podcast mic funding, I would have been like, I hear him out. All right. The caption says sis is on point, and it's a dude that looks like maybe has a fur vest on. What the
I don't know
what's up with his fit, his hat. I can't tell what it says. Free something. Okay, let's see what he's saying.
Everything's good. I asked you to dinner.
Yeah.
Or coffee. You're like, absolutely. Great. Yeah. What date? So this is the truth of the situation. I said, what does your Friday or Saturday look like? Great. But mind you, we're not talking every day. Some days will go by just because we have lives, right? Oop. Uh-oh, she already made a face. What does that mean?
So I will say even letting days go by without talking is, if you like me, you're probably not going to do that. And let me tell you something. Yeah. There is always somebody trying, so if you're moving slow, there's somebody else who's not. Ooh. If you're skipping days, there's another man who's not skipping days. And he's trying to make that very clear.
I definitely
and he's just looking, and if she's a cutie too, or if guys even are just giving her attention, she would. I promise you, there's somebody else who is not letting her forget them.
Okay,
we're talking.
That's the content. I feel like his fit did most of the work for me. Just that odd ensemble of He-Man character clothes he had on. All right, but honestly, if I have to score it, I feel like it's only like a 3 or 4. I didn't get they had a little too much camaraderie. Mm-hmm. They were kind of agreeing. He was accepting her making points, even as he was giving fuckboy energy or whatever. That I thought he would say something disrespectful that would make me be like, "Oh, I see why this went viral." But I don't know. It felt too familiar and too nice, and like they actually were trying to have a productive conversation about how to treat a woman, and that's not good for gender wars. That might be good for people. that might be better for society, but that's not good for this segment. Like y'all need to say something a little more ignorant. Karen, what would you score it?
Oh, I didn't. Wait a minute. You just gave your opinion.
I said 3 or 4, but
okay.
Normally, when I say what would you score, you give your opinion too, right?
No, yes, my problem.
You're trying to start some gender wars.
No. I was like,
that is not a normal thing that I do. I didn't do anything different.
No problem. For me, I'm gonna give this about a 2. I think with the gender wars, the energy was too laid back. Because the thing with gender wars, you kind of want to be dropped in the middle of it, or towards the end of it. Or even if you're at the beginning of it, it's some kind of setup type of thing.
Someone needed to be yelling, even if the other person was calm.
That's why I said the energy was too low. Like sometimes both parties are hot, sometimes one party is hot. But with this, they was like you said, they was like having a normal ass conversation, and everybody's being reasonable. We don't want reasonable. And so I don't really see people arguing. The most you might see is women saying, yeah, she was right. And, a few of the ashes coming in.
Someone submitted this one to me on Blue Sky, and I'm honestly going to tell you, man, I'm a little disappointed.
Yeah.
A little disappointed. Sorry. It's not your fault, person. It's that Blue Sky sucks. It's not good. It's not good. I know y'all want to go there and be safe and not see the trick, but honestly, dog, I was born outside. Okay,
I
need a little bit of toxicity wherever I'm at.
I need to scrape a knee
to feel like I'm alive. And y'all, this shit is bubble wrapped over there in a way that's just not. I don't be over there because y'all are like the kids that didn't get to come outside.
Mm-hmm.
And I was the kid that was stuck inside because I had asthma, but I wanted to be out there.
I'm looking at the playground and I'm out here old school getting scarred.
So it's not your fault. It's just this is gender wars for Blue Sky. I'm sure.
Yes,
I'm sure y'all fought about it, but the rest of us, come on, whatever. Anyway, nice conversation. Gastor, what would you give it 0 to 10?
I'm going with a 2.5. The purple is a very calming color in the background. I feel very soothed. You know. I also I can't I'm not saying the guy is unattractive.
Right.
He's fine. But him trying to act like they were beautiful equals is out like instantly as soon as I saw that young lady. She is stunning.
True. Ain't she gorgeous?
Yes. Real talk. Like that conversation was supposed to be amongst equals. You are not peers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If anything, you want a man that almost looks too good, where we're like, this why he a fuck boy. That's why he thinks he can treat women like that. But we looked at him and was like, you actually need to be texting these women.
Real talk. Yeah. He was trying to convince
you gotta take days off, nigga, bro. You need to actually like be tapped in. You need to be Grand Rising, nigga.
Yes, you need to be. We going to the Cheesecake Factory every night, nigga.
Yeah.
Real talk. Yeah. Everything about him gave me. I wish I was a fuckboy, but I'm actually not. I'm a great guy. But my friends are fuckboys.
His real name is Clarence. If you take the hat off and the fake fur thing and the whatever this going on with this chain, the paperclip chain, like he actually a pretty nice guy. He need to go ahead
and I've walked on his jacket in a lot of motels in Atlantic City. I've seen it several times.
You seen it in the wild.
Real talk, yo.
They zoom out. It's not a jacket. It's just a rug.
Real talk.
It's just a throw. It's a
rug with a t-shirt up underneath it.
So what score are you giving?
$19.99 and a scissor.
So what score are you giving it? 0 to 10. What are you giving it?
I think
I'm doing 2.5. Yeah, 2.5.
Shalewa, how about you?
I mean, it's not for the purposes of this. There's no war. So it really does get like a 3 for me. It could have been fixed in editing. I feel like they clipped the wrong part. For an argument. I think that it's him agreeing, but him not stating his case.
Yeah,
she's also way too good looking for him to disagree with.
Nah, they're both equally the same level of good looking to me.
Okay.
Yeah, they both kind of match.
I feel like what the reason I say that is I feel like if she did not look as good, this guy wouldn't have been pandering to be like, well, actually, you know what? You just gave me something to think about. I feel like if she would have been not as conventionally attractive as he feels she needs to be, he would have been like, nah, what? You got to check in every day?
No, I think he actually is we don't speak enough about the quiet fuckboys. And that's what I was getting from him. He, for sure, I mean, I got fuckboy immediately.
Right.
Just even if he's not pulling off the vest, that he chose it and wore it to a place that he knew would be recording.
Right.
Insane. So, and that's the kind of, that kind of delusion. I mean, there's the fuckboy who is obviously attractive.
Right.
And everyone's like, well, no, he's clearly look how attractive he is. We don't talk about the ones that are not at those ranks.
Right.
And are also aware of it. So they've got other things in their quiver that they can shoot at you. And I think that he might have had a little more, but the editing is such.
I see what like the conversation may have went on.
Yeah, it might have. Yeah. So for the basis of this, no, I don't know if he would have had a point because she definitely was very calm. But I mean, there's a way that's when, oh, you right. Yeah, no, you think I should have. Oh, you think I should have. I probably and then she would have been like, yeah, you should have. And he said, yeah, what else? Yeah. And, enough. Yeah, you think I should have. And he could have had her in the palm of his hand. And then he could have, boom. I've seen it. I've fallen for it. I know it happens. But this part of is still the setup of a conversation.
And what I mean is, I don't mean it. I'm only judging on the gender war scale. I don't like them being on a date or whatever. I don't care. But
no. I mean that's how you play the
right. She's a level of attractive that I've seen so many. We watched so many of these clips. Mm-hmm. There's a way where a woman's not as conventionally attractive that these dudes talk down to them.
Yes, they do.
That makes the content go up. Like you be like, yo, this is an 8 because this man he doesn't want to fuck her, so he has no respect for her.
Right.
He's not even gonna pretend to respect her because he doesn't see her as fuckable. Which we've seen, and you can immediately tell that he was on, like you said, it felt like he's running game, like, oh yeah, I'm listening. Oh, word. Mm-hmm. You saying not talking to him for 3 days is bad? Okay. It just didn't we needed more conflict for this to really work. And I just felt like it never quite came. Unfortunately.
So unfortunate for this, there's no real. It's much more soothing. It's not a war. It's more just like like for someone to watch it and go, that's right. You need to be there that's what I need. And so it's much more of like a support animal than it is a gender.
I can also tell under his hat he got some weird like new nigga hair. You know what I mean? I can tell.
You think so?
It's some little Cisco blondish shit happening right here that I'm like, man, I wish I took his head out.
I mean, I don't know. He's a Duckworth in training. If you guys are familiar with the singer Duckworth, he's that in training. He's not going to get there. But, I mean, he's probably terrorized a couple of lives. Not enough for it to show up on video, though. You know what I mean?
Oh no. I immediately sniffed the fuckboy. The second he came on screen, I was like, this nigga definitely is.
Some people can't teach it. They have it, but they can't teach it. They can't show it outwardly. They can only do it. So you have to shadow him. I think he needs to have someone. He probably needs more of a man on the street situation than a sitting in a calm situation. He needs to be pressed immediately.
I got the vibes that he's gaslit many a woman.
Oh yes, for sure.
Many a woman. Like that just felt like he was on the edge of understanding.
Right. But for this, no. And Gastor's right. That purple is way too calm.
It is.
Yeah. The whole setup, the lighting was nice. It was way too calm. No one was designated as a villain, so they don't have light underneath them to make shadows in their eye. Like, you really need to be like, Ken, you're sitting here, and that person sits down and goes, why do I look so crazy? And you're on. Like, that's what we need. Tension immediately.
You know what? This has the vibe of a thing that won't make me mad on day one. But I felt like if we did 10 podcasts with this guy, I'd fucking hate him.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
His face would be like, oh, this motherfucker again. Oh, let me guess. You don't understand. And that's interesting. I never heard that before. Okay. All right. Let's
Loki, I thought I have no reason to think this, but I think he is Tyrese Halliburton's younger brother. And
I can see that.
That's why he gets laid. That's why he's a fuckboy. Yeah. He tells people, I can take you to Tyrese's house. He's on the road, and you get all the amenities. I think he lives through him. I'm fully convinced. I have no proof, but just his face.
Oh yeah, he's definitely B team. He's in a crew, but he's not first out on the field.
Right.
Yeah, no, he's riding the bench a little bit.
And that's kind of his game, because you'd be like, well, he's not like Tyrese Halliburton. Obviously, an NBA player is going to be a fuckboy, but his boys seem kind of cool. And then you realize, like, no, fuckboys flock together. He just he got the B team fuckboy game, not the A team. So
were there fuckboys on the Mighty Ducks? That's kind of dope, actually. I don't know why I just like that idea. Fuck boys fly together.
The mighty fucks. Fuck boys. All right, let's do sword ratchetness. And that's the last thing. Let me play my sword ratchetness sound effect. A man was seriously injured after sword entered his helmet at a battle reenactment.
Entered his helmet?
Mm-hmm. Yes, without permission.
So he was doing so they weren't supposed to be doing this in the first place?
Well, I mean, the sword wasn't supposed to, I'm sure in his mind, the sword wasn't supposed to enter his helmet. You know?
Okay, sure. Pick the lock or something.
Yeah, it's like that thing at the beginning of the movie. It's like, you're probably wondering how we got here. You know? A man wearing right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's me. Impaled with a sword. A man wearing armor has suffered a serious injury during a battle reenactment when a sword entered his visor. Let me tell you something, Doc. There's no fucking such thing as a battle reenactment with real weapons. There's no fucking such thing. Why are y'all reenacting battle? That's how people get hurt in the first place.
Yes.
So if anything, it was too good.
Apparently so. We've seen reenactors. Like, I think we was driving somewhere, pulled over, and all these people.
Oh, the Civil War reenactor?
Yeah, we seen like people with us. I was like, oh, that shit looked fucking dangerous. Why do you have these weapons?
What a loser. What a loser. Why would you want to reenact the Civil War?
Right.
First of all, we in the South. You didn't even win.
No, you did not.
That's like if Knicks fans dressed up and missed layups like Patrick Ewing in 1998 or whatever the fuck. Like, why would you you are not on the right side of this.
Hey, look, as someone who grew up in Stone Mountain, where there's a monument to losing the Civil War, and they have a laser show where they outline the losers and their horses to ride off to lose the Civil War. I can't see what the problem is. Why wouldn't you want to? Don't you often relive the most embarrassing thing of your life over and over, and then drag others into it, and then really reenact it, and then perhaps get a sword stuck in your visor? Why wouldn't the visor die? I got so many questions. Really?
The 37-year-old man. Oh, 37. Come on. You gotta have some real stuff happening in life, buddy. You're 37. The 37-year-old man was taken to the hospital following an incident at Bodiam Castle near Roberts Bridge in East Sussex on Sunday.
Oh, this is over England.
Well, you'd hope so, right? A Sussex police spokesman said police are appealing for witnesses after a man was. What do you need? The reenactors are the witnesses. What do you?
But like this, you know who's there because somebody had to keep a list of attendants to be sure that everybody was there and everybody had a weapon.
This is not a mystery.
You would know all the people that were present.
There's a sword in his head.
Right.
What are we looking for? The handle is the fingerprints. Everything's there. The whole case showed up.
You don't got to do forensics on this. You don't need like CSI. Like this was a pretty. Like, unless y'all think they lying, like, did they put the helmet on the man after they stabbed him through the face and was like, we got to cover this up. All right, guys, police get here. Here's our story. All right, we was reenacting this shit.
They knew that Bob was there, Jim was there.
A 37-year-old man from Horsham was wearing body armor when his opponent reenactor sword entered his visor during the combat reenactment just before 3 p.m. He suffered a head injury and he's currently in a serious condition at the Royal Sussex County Hospital in Brighton. Detective Inspector Barry Chandler said, a man was unfortunately injured during the combat reenactment. We are treating the incident as an accident and we are offering support to his family, his opponent, a 36-year-old man, also from Horsham, and the organizers are helping us with our inquiries. We know the reenactment had drawn a large crowd and understand that anyone who witnessed the scene could have found this distressing. We are appealing to anyone who has photographs or videos of the interaction that led to the injury to contact us so we can gain a clear understanding of what happened.
A clear understanding?
You know what? I think I'm starting to see what they're saying. They're saying it's like when you go play pickup basketball. Like, there are going to be people that get fouled. Everyone fouls people in pickup basketball. But if a motherfucker, like, undercut somebody on purpose and you happen to catch it on tape and that person like broke their neck, maybe that person would want to take some legal actions to be like, this wasn't just us playing basketball.
Wow.
This guy tried to break my neck. So is that what they're saying? Like maybe he hit him too hard with his sword on the fake chest, and the other dude was a jerk.
They list the guy who did it as like people they're supporting, right? Like the person who was hurt, the family members, the guy who did it, the other enactors were giving them support that they need.
Right.
So you know,
this is another country. This is not. If this was America, they would have had his face on the 10 o'clock news. Like this.
Sure.
Over there, they're very nice. They're like, he may need support too. He wasn't expecting to see a man gored. He needs psychological treatment as well.
And you know what? And the LARPers are laughing. It was like, ha ha ha! This is why we never use real weapons.
Yeah, LARPer people use some fake swords.
Yeah, they do,
and that's why. But anyway, reenactment or not, sword don't know the difference. Is my point. I don't know why y'all needed them motherfucking real swords.
They still cut.
They're very dangerous, and I bet y'all didn't have no fucking training or nothing. Y'all probably went out there, did a couple swings, watched a couple episodes of Iron Fist, and thought y'all had this shit good. And now look at you, fucking stabbed through the face like a dummy. Tell everybody where to find your podcast and you.
I mean, you can find us not stabbed in the face, first of all. But my Gastromonte on all social medias at Gastromonte, and you can check us out on the War Report Pod. And you can send us articles as well. DM us directly. Silky Jumbo is Shalewa's dope handle that I am always jealous of. That she came up with it first, and she's taken on every social media despite not using the whack ones, but she does have it. Silky Jumbo.
I do a lot of squatting.
Real talk.
I'm trying to be the first one. Yeah.
Send Shalewa article on Blue Sky. I want to see the difference in quality and controversy.
Yeah. Now, oh, there. Blue Sky's like a gated community, but you know,
right.
God bless them.
I'm like, can you believe that this baby horse, got to eat first? This is crazy. Y'all need to cover this on the show.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh yeah, yo.
I was gonna say I squatted on Rodimus Prime on Tidal. It's very rare that I get my Rodimus Prime anywhere. I was shocked that they sent me the little like, hey, you pay for Tidal, you want to get your name? I was like, hell yeah, but I know it's not going. And it was like accepted. I was like, okay, Rodimus Prime on Tidal and Twitter, nowhere else. And SOHH message boards. It's hard to get that one, guys. But yeah,
there ain't some like Transformer creator that's like trying to like beat you to the punch.
No, and by this point, I've ruined the brand. There's no fucking way they can go. Like the people will be upset if they find out the shit Rodimus Prime been tweeting about for the last 20 years or whatever, how long we had that shit.
Right. Oh, and something else that I wanted to say. Gastor and Shalewa, I absolutely love y'all premium content on Patreon. I know it's something y'all recently do, and I wanted to tell you this in person, and I know it's something y'all are terrible at promotion. I hate to be like this. Y'all
no. We know. We're the talent. We're the talent.
Oh, Karen, the only promotion we do is appear on your pod every few months.
We mention it occasionally. Someone will remind us is a lot of the ways how we remember that we do things. And then when we interact with you on Twitter, we're like, oh yeah. And then there's this.
So I want y'all to know that your hard work actually pays off. It pays off a lot. And if you love them, please do go and support them. They're one of my favorite podcasts. I will continue to say that I actually really enjoy listening to y'all weekly. And like I say, it's fun to hear kind of opinions outside of the show, because like special where, you know, they asking all these questions that people submit. And it's actually really, really fun. So for those of you out there, and I want to do it because I was like, I know them, they will not support it and they will not say nothing about it. So I will not let them leave without this.
Everything we've done has been you told us to do it, and we still say like, you know what I mean? Every time we're like, all right, what's on the checklist again? All right, yeah, Karen, yeah, you're right. Karen said that.
You know what, Gastor? I'm not gonna lie. I've been rooting for y'all for a long time. Y'all already did 2 shows. I was like, why don't they just do a premium? Like, because you were kind of already doing the work and you're really consistent at it. So I was like, well, if they already doing the work, I was like, well, can I donate? Because this is before you were doing the premium. I was like, well, can I at least donate? He was like, yeah. So I did it on Spotify. And then Spotify, I got an email from Spotify and go, oh, we don't do that shit no more. I was like, well, Gastor, I ain't got no way to give you no money now.
Hey, no, you're right. You're right. I called it out. I was like, yeah, you know what? I've been slacking on this. But we're going to have new merch, new shirts coming out like 2034.
Yeah, we come up with a merch idea every episode. We got them. I got a pad full, just a pad full of
ideas.
It cool, baby.
What were you gonna say, baby?
I was just gonna say, Karen's a real dream pusher. So, like, guys,
I genuinely appreciate
that's
y'all.
What she does. She's
like get paid for this. I'm like, shit, stuff expensive. Now you get new mics, you can get upgrade. Because I was like, y'all spending all this money out of pocket. I was like, you can get, not trying to fund, you can get kind of people to help fund these things so that you don't have to come out of pocket with it, because shit is expensive, y'all.
Karen's just like, you're like, I don't know if I know how to fly yet. She's like, I'll push you out the nest. Don't worry about it.
You'll figure it out.
That's great.
Yeah,
I just saw Fuckboy with a way better podcast setup than either one of us. So
right, listen, I need that purple background. I want to calm these people down.
Yes, I don't want them angry at me.
I gotta give me one of these. Give me
I saw that short 7B, Mike. Hell yeah, I want that.
Yeah, give me one of these. Give me one of these fur throw rugs. Throw it on my shoulders. Zoom in real close. We could be doing this.
Yeah, we could be.
All right, y'all.
This could be us.
That's it for this episode. Thank y'all for listening.
Thank you.
I know my mom loves you too.
She does.
She told me last time we had you on, she was like, y'all need to make them come on like once every 3 or 4 months. And I said, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna see what I can do.
We have to get them on the schedule.
Yeah, so I know people love this.
I told you from jump, if y'all ever do networks, that's the only way you'll get me a shot and not be independent. We'll join up. You know what I mean? We down.
I don't have big dreams, but I feel like that's an achievable dream. So one day we have to network. Y'all on the short list. Okay? The other people listening, I don't know. So don't be hitting me with DMs.
Yeah, I don't know.
I know y'all like to be asking
promise
stuff.
anything.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, hard work and consistency, like there are things we look for, and for everybody, that's not a true statement.
All right, y'all. Let me stop for insult any more people. Thank you for listening. We'll be back throughout the week. Until next time, I love you.
I love you too. Mwah.
Bye, everybody.